Hello everyone, this is Muskan Singh. Currently I'm working at LEXIS and Company as a legal intern. Today I'm going to talk about the topic Independent Judiciary of India. The concept of having an independent judiciary is for the purpose to deliver fair justice and neutral, that is not biased or prejudiced decisions or judgments, and to enforce laws and to resolve disputes between parties and government officials, state and center, and to look after national and international matters of the country without any interference or influence of government bodies and authorities. Now let us talk about its role and importance. So the primary role of the judiciary is to safeguard the rights of the citizens, basically the fundamental rights, and to serve impartially and independently the constitutional aims of and to give fair and reasonable justice, and also fair acts by judges which is free from any kind of fear or favors. And it is really important and necessary for a liberal society and constituent democracy to ensure prosperity and stability of the country. The judiciary system of India have burden of lot of responsibilities. Like, people believe judiciary a system to do justice to each and every class, to every living being, to minority, to majority, to poor, to rich, to nature, to everyone. They all should be treated equally, no matter what side they belong to. They can either be the victim or the criminal, but the law must treat them with equity. A criminal must be punished regardless of his status or power of authority, and a victim must get justice regardless of his vulnerability or class. So now let us talk about the concept of separation of powers in India. In India, we don't have the doctrine of separation of power in its rigidity form, but we follow the separation of powers that divide and hold the main branches of government into three parts, and which completely and individually and independently acts as an independent body with the complete power and responsibility and authority. So it mainly includes the legislative, executive and judicial body. So legislative body enacts laws which is implemented by the executive body and guarded under the law by the judicial system, that is judiciary body. In Indian Constitution, there is no specific provision for separation of power and to support this doctrine, but Article 50 of the Constitution of India talks about the separation of executive power from the judiciary. But being a DPSP, that is the directive principle of state policy, it is not enforceable by law to retain it. Article 121 and Article 211 of the Constitution states the validity of the proceedings in the Parliament and the legislatures cannot be questioned in any court of law, and it is to ensure the separation of immunity of the legislatures from the judicial interventions on the allegation of procedural irregularity. Any judicial conduct by the Supreme Court or High Court judges cannot be discussed in the Parliament and by the legislatures, by the state legislatures. Whereas Article 53 and Article 154 says that the executive power of the union and the state shall be privileged with the president and the governor, and they enjoy the immunity, that is a benefit of legal rights from civil and criminal liabilities. Article 361 states that the president or the government shall not be answerable to any court of law for the exercise and performance of their powers and duties of their office. So now the question arises here that why we need an independent judiciary. What is the necessity for having an independent judiciary? So it is for the purpose, for the security of our rights and liberties. It is important to have an impartial and reliable justice system. An independent judiciary is an essential part of democracy. The judicial system interprets the constitutional laws and ensures fair justice and prevent arbitrary acts. It makes sure that no authority can misuse their powers to exploit anyone. It also protects the very basic right, that is fundamental rights of the citizens. The principal role of judiciary is to ensure the supremacy of law and democracy, and to settle disputes between parties or to higher authorities, and again look after the national and international matters and state and central matters and disputes. Judicial system must not be under any influence, and judges are not allowed to pass any prejudiced or biased decisions. It should be fair and transparent, rational, and completely and strictly constitutional. So this was all about independent judiciary, its role and its functions. So thank you. Please subscribe to our channel.